Hey guys, welcome back everyone. It's time for another episode of Clash with Morgan. I'm your host, Morgan, obviously. Here we are again in the Goblin Stadium. We're going to take a look at some of the best replays from today's Clash action. Here's our first match here against Aerop. And so he's going to start off with the Prince drop right smack dab in the center, not exactly sure why. Followed with the Fireball directly at the King Tower right off the hop. Give him the old thank you, as we well know that once you hit the King Tower, he is now cannons ready to fire and assist in the defense. So try not to make that mistake if you can. It's best off to use your Fireball against one of the two Crown Towers or waves of troops instead. Now, here we keep going, pushing along quite nicely here, just dealing with his waves and then counter pushing at the same time, trying to build ourselves a bit of an elixir lead here to start a massive push. So here we go, we got the giant drop, the archers behind for support. Once again, he's going to waste his fireball on my King Tower and allow my giant and archers to walk freely to his Crown Tower. Now I've got the Prince on the other side as my giant shreds the first tower. Prince has made it undisturbed all the way into the second tower, and boom, there it goes too. Now they're completely undefended. He's in bad shape here, and pretty quick damage. 3 crown victory. Thank you, Aerop. Alright, that was a pretty decisive 3 crown victory. Now we're going to jump back in. I've got the Goblin hut thrown in this time and see if we can't have the same results against Andre Jr. So here we go. Put the Goblin hut in the back so it can be defended by my towers while I see what he's got going on for spells and such. He's also got the Goblin Tower, which he decides to put out front to use as a defensive building. So they're going to leave the Giant out front here to try and build up some Goblins behind him to add into the damage. Unfortunately, Goblins are very susceptible to arrows, which most people have at this point of the game. But the basic strategy here is to get your Goblin hut down, get a giant in front of them, load up on support, and lay the smack down. So let's see if we can't make that happen here. Another knight out front here just to help deal with the archers so we don't soak up too much damage on our crown tower here. Another Goblin hut on the other side here to help us deal with the mini dragon. Unfortunately, this early in the game, there's not a whole lot of good air support other than your archers. The spear goblins, which again are very vulnerable to the fireball splash damage of the dragon. A lot of times what I like to do is if you can spare the damage on your crown tower, I like to let the dragon lock onto the crown tower first, then drop the spear goblins so they don't get blown up in one shot by the mini dragon. So if we go with another little giant push out front here to select the fireballs, we're trying to place it in such that we can maximize the damage without hitting his King Tower so we don't bring it in. That fireball would have been probably better one tile back. We could have maybe hit a couple of those goblins in the process. And now we got a second Goblin hut in the back here that he has pretty much let us have for free. Let's see if we can't stack those up behind the giant a little bit better and make a stronger push here. Another fireball on the other side to try and wear down that crown tower a bit more and punish him for putting the goblin tower in the back. Giant manages to make it through and drops the first crown tower. No, mine on our end is not doing very well either. In comes the fireball. Boom. We now each have 1 crown apiece. Put the goblin hut out front here so that we can try and use it for a little bit of added support here, as they're on a pretty strong push. Let's see if we can hang on. Drop the giant to absorb that damage from the mini P.E.K.K.A. He hits like a truck, let me tell you. Into overtime we go. This can't be settled in the regular 3 minutes, so we got another 60 seconds here of double elixir. Very poorly placed fireball, missed all of my goblins together and the giant, allowing most of them to make it towards his king tower and start to pick away some damage, dropping the second giant in behind. So when the first one goes down, there's still another. He's dropping his mini dragon. We're still doing tons of damage on that crown tower. And there comes another fireball. Oh, down goes my giant, but we're still going hard here. Try and hit both the towers at the same time. Oh, nothing left but the archers. They're going in all by themselves. And boom, there it is in overtime. And the crowd goes wild. Woo! Alright guys, we got time for one more battle here. So let's jump right back in again. It's still in the Goblin Stadium. I'm not even going to try and say that name, sorry. So, good luck to you, my friend. We'll drop the spear goblins in the back, let them split up. So a little bit on both sides to get things cycling. I don't like to waste that elixir off the start if I can avoid it, by having the full elixir bar anyways. So I'm going to throw the fireball in the back so that we can damage both the crown tower and the goblin hut at the same time. And over here we'll quickly throw our knight out at the front here by the bridge to deal with his incoming witch. In the process, he has managed to hit our crown tower once again, so with the thank you for that and the added defense along the way. Remember guys, I can't stress it enough, it's very important to try and place your shots quite well, as he has struck the crown tower a second time. Obviously he's already hit it now, so it doesn't matter. Drop my giant in front of my tower for a little bit of defensive action, distracting his Valkyrie there. And my giant will manage to make his slow walk all the way to the tower and get a couple hits before the mini dragon manages to take him down. Another goblin hut in the back again. Let's see if we can start another little bit of a push here to keep the pressure on. He's going to drop his Valkyrie up front again, so we'll drop our knight once again. We probably could have dropped him a little bit closer to the bridge just to deal with the Valkyrie. The spear goblins are not very strong against his splash damage. Here comes our giant out of the back, so we can try and set up a bit of a push behind him and see if we can push him all the way through to the crown tower. We've got our archers and a few goblins stacked up behind him here. Now he will draw the attention of the dragon and the musketeer and the tower as well, allowing us to drop a fireball in the middle, and our giant will make it all the way to the tower. And boom, there goes the crown tower, giving us a 1-0 lead. We'll keep the pressure on here. All we need to do at this point is defend. So we'll drop our giant out at the front just to keep his attention right here. We'll use the goblin hut as well. Maybe overreaching a little bit here, but like I said, all we really need to do at this point is hold out for the 1 crown victory. We'll keep the pressure on. Out comes another giant to distract. Well, slowly here, a bit of a lag in my tablet once again. Can't wait to get a new one. 3, 2, 1, and that would be a 1 crown victory. And with that victory, that has also brought us into the next arena. So 1 second here, and it should pop up for us. There it is, the Bone Pit. Picture of the new cards that we can unlock. Make sure to tune in next time when we can do this again and in the Bone Pit. Thank you.